Hey guys, back in the garage today, and we're working on the G5 again. Today we're going to be changing the clock spring. So we have an issue where there's no horn working. The service airbag message is up, so I believe the clock spring is done. Fuse is all checked out well, so we're going to get that replaced today. Alright, so we're going to start by disconnecting the battery. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do now is remove this cover with the airbag. So this is just going to pop right out. And the way to remove this is there's a little access hole here just in the back. And you can slide a screwdriver in there, and there's a little tab that you're going to move to remove this. Now there's two styles of steering wheels. There's the 4-spoke with the bigger airbag or bigger centerpiece. And to remove that cover, what you're going to do is slide your screwdriver in. Once this hole is bigger, you're going to hold it vertically, you're going to slide it in, and there's a little plastic tab that you can fit in this direction. You're going to push on that tab, and that's going to release the pin here to allow that cover to pop out. But this car has the 3-spoke steering wheel, and the release mechanism is a little bit different. This one doesn't have a plastic tab. It actually has like a bent metal rod that sticks out, and you're going to have to catch that rod and push inward on it to release the steering wheel cover. Now the one with the little bent clip on the 3-spoke that we're dealing with is not quite in line with that hole. It's actually a little bit further back, and it's hard to see, hard to get at. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill this hole actually to 3/8, maybe even ½ an inch, just a little bit bigger, so we have room to actually see in there and access that clip and make sure that we're grabbing it good and lifting up on it. Now for those of you that don't want a big hole back here, I mean, you probably didn't notice that little one is back there, but if it is an aesthetic thing for you, I suggest getting these little hole caps on Amazon or Home Depot. You can get them in a ½ inch or a 3/8. Just slap those on there and you never know the difference. Alright, so let me set up the camera on the tripod, and I'm going to drill that out and release those pins. Okay, so I've got that hole drilled out just a little bit bigger. Just get it in focus here. And if you look inside the hole, you can't see a whole lot going on. But if you look downward, and now we're pointing probably at about a 45-degree angle looking down. That little rod is the one that we're going to have to push in on. Okay, so I've got the hole made a lot bigger. And if I look in at just that 45-degree angle there, I can see the rod. I'm just going to give that a little push, and that releases the lock. Got one side released. I'm going to pull the wheel over so you can see. Make that hole bigger as well. Find the rod again. Again, it's just downward a little bit. There it is. We got the cover off. Now the first thing we're going to do is disconnect the airbag. Luckily we have our battery disconnected, so there won't be any problem with that. So we can see these two yellow locks on the connectors. We're just going to pry these off. To release the lock. Then we just squeeze the clips, and they come right out. And the clips are color coded. We got a pink and a white, so there's no mixing them up. So I'm just going to put that airbag aside. Turn the wheel back the way it was. You want to have the wheel straight, so when you put the clock spring in, it's in the proper orientation. Okay, so next we're going to remove the steering wheel. 21 millimeter socket. That comes off pretty easily. Now you can use a steering wheel puller for this, but most of the time it's not on that hard. Actually, just a little pull, that one came off. So not too bad to get that off. Okay, so now with the steering wheel loose, you can see we've got a couple of connectors back here. That's the clock spring right there. You can see it rotates. Now this one's bad, so it doesn't really matter if it turns around. But if you're putting one in, you want to make sure that this doesn't spin. So you can only do so many rotations in either direction before the spiral of like ribbon inside of there will break. So your average steering wheel will do 3 turns one way or another, so a turn and a half each direction. So you can only go maybe 1 or 2 times more than that before it damages it. So I'm just going to pull this little blue block out of there. These kind of get stuck on the sides, so you're probably near the edge. You'll be able to move it. One end. There. And then once that's free, just slide your screwdriver in and catch the little tab that's in there. And we can get that a little pull out. There, so we've got that one unplugged. Now we've got the steering wheel off. Okay, so now that we've got the steering wheel off, we need to remove the clock spring. One step before we get there is to remove the cover, or at least loosen it up enough that we can access those 4 screws. You can see them, but there's not quite enough room for the clock spring to come out with the screws and everything. So we've got 3 tiny little screws underneath there. They're 7 millimeter. So I'm just going to pull those out. Now this should come loose. Okay, so now with that down, you can see how much room we have. So now we're going to remove those 4 screws. Now if you're removing this just temporarily and putting it back in, you'd want to maybe put a tie wrap or a zip tie or something to hold that. But we're just removing this one and replacing it. So now just drop this down a bit. You'll see there's 2 connectors up on top. So we're going to remove those the same way as the front ones. And that's to pull back the blue tab. And to lift up on that little clip. And that one comes right out. Now, same thing with the yellow one here. We'll just pull out this little lock. That'll come out completely. Then we can actually squeeze the clip and remove it. Okay, so now we have our clock spring out. We're going to reinstall the new one. Okay, so we're going to start by connecting this airbag wire. Put the lock back in. And the black connector. Now we're going to screw it in place. So we're just going to feed these 2 wires through the hole in the top here. And keep an eye on your clock spring as you're installing it. If you still have it tied, you can keep that tie wrapped there till the very end. If you're buying this one new, it probably has a little tab that you can pull out that'll hold it in place till you're ready to install. But if it does move a little, just remember where it was and move it back to that spot. So now we're just going to get these wires a little closer, fed through this hole. Now we've got that little black connector back here. We're going to feed him in, plug it in there. So that's nice and tight. Keep that on top. Now we're going to put this steering wheel on the shaft, and there's an alignment mark on both the shaft and the steering wheel. And it's not too hard to get them aligned because there's only so many splines on the shaft. So every time you move one spline, it's a fairly big change in degrees in either direction. So if you're a little off, you'll notice it. If you want to be extra safe, you can mark that spot before you take the steering wheel off. But I'm pretty confident I've got it in the right spot. So we'll just slide that back into place. Just going to double check our alignment. And that looks good. Okay, so now we're going to put that nut back on. This has a nylock on it, so as long as the nut is still in good condition, there's no worry about reusing that nut. Now I'm using an impact to put that on, but I have it turned right down, so I'm not going to put much torque on this. So just 2 cracks should be enough. It doesn't need that much torque. So now it's time to reinstall the airbag. So again, these connectors are color coded. So we're going to plug the white to the white. Push in on the lock. And we're going to plug the pink in. And push in on the lock. So with both those connected, we'll slide the airbag back into place. Give it a little push. You can hear 2 clicks. You know the locks are seated. And now everything's back into place. So now we can put our cover back down and reattach that. Okay, and now that's fully installed, we're finished. Now we can reconnect the battery. Okay, so now I've got the battery reconnected. So what I'm going to do is just turn the car on first and make sure that there's no issues with the airbags. What I'm going to do is just reach around with the key, turn the car on, and restart it. Make sure we have no error messages. That service airbag light will hopefully be gone. And if everything seems fine, then I'll test the horn out and hopefully everything works. Okay, so we can see there the service airbag light is no longer on. The horn works, so that clock spring was the problem. Now it's repaired and we can finally get this car out of here. Well, that's going to be it for this video. If you found this video helpful, I'd appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do, and I'll see you in the next one.